Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called What Doesn't Kill You, written by Slow AD 2584. The ship was tumbling in space. There was smoke and fire blaring from the tears in the rapidly depressurizing corridor. The valued crew human, Engineer Tom, caught the smaller raccoon-looking crew alien, Navigator Plix, plucking him from the open space in the middle of the corridor and crushing him against his chest as a fiery explosion rippled past his curled-up form.
Hey, stop it. You know I hate it when you manhandle me like that.
"Whoa, sorry little guy, but your fur is rather flammable," the human said as he patted out the spouting flame of his jumpsuit shoulder pad. "You might have been cooked by that last one. Come on, let's get to the command deck. See if we can help." They shouldered their way through fallen cables and crumpled bulkheads, eventually getting to the airlock of the command deck. The airlock door was flashing red. Vacuum on the other side. The command deck, the nerve center of their ship, was gone. Peering through the windows for a better angle, Plix literally yipped in alarm.
The deck is annihilated. Looking over that way, there is a core punched clean through the ship. What is the term you use? Apple cord? Oh, this is bad. This is very bad, crewmate Human Tom. The other ship, it must still be out there. What are we? What are we going to do?
Okay, calm down. No point worrying about what ifs when we got plenty enough to actually is to deal with at the moment.
Yes, yes, of course, you're right. You are always reassuring with your little Earth sayings. I do value them so very much.
No problem. You're a little high-strung, that's all. Let's go try to get the auxiliary control down in the engine control station.
Oh, okay, but what good would that do us?
It's basically a backup bridge for the ship, only without a nice view. But we can just see how bad our ship is. Maybe get a sensor ping on the enemy ship out there. As they made their way down to the engineering decks, Plix started his nervous chatting to fill the silence as they went.
I mean, why would anyone want to attack us? We're a small ship, skeleton crew only. Oh no, with the command deck gone during the flight operations, I suppose it's just you and me now. This is bad. So very bad. And if I hadn't needed to go take a bathroom break back then, I would be... what would have been...
His nervous chattering faded to silence, and Tom knew that meant the little furball was starting to seriously freak out. The little guy was sharp, very insightful, and almost superhumanly technical, but only when his head was in the right place. Tom needed to say something to snap him out of it. "Hey, there you go again. What could have been, what might have been. Well, it never actually did, buddy. Look, we are here. Orcs control looks intact. Why don't we have a look at what we do actually currently have going for us?" That seemed to do it. Plix shook his head and locked clear eyes on the Orcs control console. As he jacked himself up with his many cybernetic ports, he spoke again in a clinical, analytical rapidity.
I have never been down here before. I didn't even know that we had a backup bridge even existed.
Tom relaxed noticeably. He was relieved to have the old Plix back. This was a bad situation, truth be told, but as an engineer, Tom had little access to the ship's systems, other than to break them down and to repair them, of course.
Okay, accessing. Our ship didn't actually suffer very much damage, cosmetics mostly. Of course, the bridge was snipped off, but other than that, yep, we are all functional.
Where is the other ship that shot us? Is it lining up for another attack?
No, it appears to be a pirate raider. It's closing in to attach grapplers. They appear to be attempting to board. Oh my, should I begin?
A dark expression passed Human Tom's eyes. It always gave alien Plix instinctive chills down to his spine whenever he saw that look. "No," Tom said quietly. "Play dead. Pretend they snipped the whole crew with that shot. Just sit here, inert, but ready for all the weapons. Pre-plot the torpedo vectors, all of that. But show no signs that we actually have control of the ship. Until I give the signal, I'm gonna go suit up." Plix felt a thrill of excitement. Human Tom had a plan. He didn't understand any of it, but the plans were always strange, using very sneaky and confusing tactics. and Tom almost always came out far on top afterwards. It's why Plix refused to play 5th dimensional StarCraft 39 with a human Tom anymore. Tom was shortly in an engineer's EVA suit and was clipping power tools to his rig's attachments. Was he going outside? Plix couldn't contain his curiosity anymore.
So, what is the plan? Is there a catchy human saying to apply to this?
As Tom cycled the outer airlock and jetpacked into the debris-strewn space between the two ships, his comm whispered back. A couple, actually. The first one is, the best way to know how something works is to watch it fall apart.
Plix blinked in confusion. Nope, I don't get it.
It means that I've taken apart and repaired airlock door mechanisms so often that now I know how all of them basically are designed, even the strange pirate ones. Same for reactors, environmental systems, all of it. And when you know how to fix something, you definitely know precisely how to wreck it.
Oh, are you going to break in and mess them up?
The suit-face camera revealed a dark flash in Tom's eyes again. Well, now, where would the fun be if any of that? Just get the ship ready. When you see the signal, take evasives and open fire.
How will I know the signal?
Trust me, you won't miss it. That brings up the other human saying, what doesn't kill us?
Plix hopped in his seat. Oh, I know this one. Whatever doesn't kill us makes us stronger.
Well, there are some alternatives to that saying, but you got it. That's the most common one. Plix couldn't see where Tom was by the pirate ship as it continued to close in, but he heard the sound of power tools and cutting wheels grinding on something through the open mic. What was he even doing over there? Plix checked and rechecked his reawakening protocol to bring the ship suddenly back to life and was nervously making fine adjustments to the attack parameters as the time ticked by, looking for the signal. Okay, I'm heading back. Hopefully I get on board before it happens.
What was the rest of that saying?
Okay, I'm on board, strapping in. Say again about the saying. The pirate ship paused on its approach, appearing to have some difficulties. Through the armored windows of the pirate ship, flickering lights of major interior fires could be seen, spreading rapidly. At the back of the ship, the main reactor cooling coils were starting to glow orange, then yellow.
What doesn't kill us?
Oh, right. My particular favorite ending to that saying is, whatever doesn't kill me is about to die horribly. We got this, buddy. We're going to be okay. To mourn our lost crew, get ready to dodge large chunks of pirate ship. Plix swallowed dryly, once again both horrified by humans and relieved that he was a close friend with one. As the pirate reactor exploded like a mini supernova, a bit too close for comfort.
Plix said. I suppose that was your signal. Not very, subtle, Poe?
End of story. Story number 2. Human Hope versus Human Pessimism, written by Random 3X. Human Steve, Binru began as he searched for the right words. Steve replied, looking up at his alien colleague. I heard from some of the other human crew members that you are a pessimist. Is that true?
I suppose it is.
Isn't it better to have a positive outlook on things? The way I see it, I far more prefer the pessimist than an optimist. Why? Stephen let out a long sigh. Well, it's easy to be a pessimist, and I can always win. Always win, Barinru repeated. Yes, an optimist will look at a situation and hope for the best and can end up disappointed, while a pessimist will expect the worst. I see. So you will be prepared for such an outcome and thus claim victory. No, Benru, when I make a prediction, I'm either right or pleasantly surprised. That's what I mean by being a pessimist. I'll always win. That is an oddly optimistic way of looking at pessimism. I suppose it is, Stephen muttered with a weak smile. The reality is that it's always easier to look for the negative outcome. Is it not easier to hope for a good outcome? Barinru asked, seemingly genuinely confused. The word you used there is the very reason why it's so hard for many humans to be optimistic. Good? No. Hope. I was led to believe hope was a good thing. Marinru, hope is like a flame of a candle to a moth. It is an alluring, and in the darkness, it can be what sustains you. But some moths let that hope consume and burn them. I see. So many have hoped and lost. In a way, yes. It reaches a point where many feel that even the act of hoping leaves us too exposed to potential pain. That's the thing about humans, Barinru. We have very few exceptions. Humans aren't fond of pain in any form. Then why do people still hope? Do they not despair when things fail? Of course they do, but they have the strength to keep hoping. The human will can be indomitable. There will be those who would never flinch in the face of even certain doom, all because they have an ember of hope within them. Where people like me will just give up with a shrug saying, well, that's what I expected. It is those who hope that will press on long enough for a good outcome to occur. So, hope is like a superpower? I suppose it is. It can be the thing that gets a person through the day. It can be what lets someone even be willing to sacrifice themselves for others. Humans use hope for all manner of things. It's just us pessimists have a low supply. If you'd like, I can collect some hope for you. Stephen couldn't help but smirk at the offer. I think you'd likely fail at that task, Barunru. I'm sure you'd think that, but you never know unless you try. Barunru replied, puffing up his chest. Stephen, again, couldn't help but let a smile grow at the sincerity of his colleague, who wasn't even human. He was so concerned that he genuinely wanted to give him hope. Well, you're welcome to try. I hope you succeed. There! I've already aided in your hope supply. You got me. Now I'm pleasantly surprised. So what's with these questions? It's just my race has no notion of these ideas. So it fascinates me. Was I being a nuisance? It's okay. Better to appear a fool by asking a question than to live in ignorance and be a fool. End of story. I would quickly like to thank our Tier 5 patrons, Dragzoon WRE, Quantum Wednesday, Ambrose Cattell, Lord Ashrakal, Bushmaster 177, Caspar Arnholtz, Cam Maxwell, and Arcadian. Thank you very much.